All right, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I'm a few days ahead of when I'm releasing the videos. Today is Sunday, April 26th, but probably won't be released until like Thursday this week. I'm a few days ahead because when I decided that I was going to document this for the benefit of whoever is considering real life experience as opposed to some polished advertisement for some battery thing, backup solar solution and stuff like that. Well, let's get a real world, and real world this is. Anyways, the reason why I gave you the date is because today is not only overcast, but it rained all morning long, and I usually don't come out in the mud, and that's exactly what I have, but I want these solar panels up as fast as possible. It does take a risk because up and down a ladder, once the boots start getting wet, they're slipping and sliding, and I know about that from past experience, and I don't like experiencing that type of a fall. Still recovering from October's injury, but that's neither here nor there. What did we get done today is basically that next post has been in. That panel, the second one, has been tightened down on the left-hand side. And I'm not sure if the scratch on the first panel is viewable, but yeah, we still have that issue. We have another board almost ready to hold another solar panel. And temporarily, I have this 2x4 holding up the frame. That'll be taken down once I move to the next post digging. What else? Oh yeah. As far as the units are concerned, let's see, Friday afternoon until, well, today, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's still overcast. The sun peeked through for a moment and then decided to hide for the rest of the day. The units were up at 27. All I have plugged in is the night light, and I think one of the plugs also has a night light on the end of it. And what we have here is the little unit, since this morning, has gone down to 26%, and this larger unit is at 27%. And as I said, basically there's a on the end of this cable up in the ceiling, there's a glow thing. It doesn't take that much, but it's enough to, well, it's not really charging. So if there wasn't an emergency, once again, yeah, we're still pulling in 106 watts, but if there, and zero's going out, but technically there's something going out because of the night light. If there was an emergency, we're pretty much in trouble, depending upon, like I said, just the 500X, the battery system, and the, hi Duchess, and the battery backup. In other words, we have two batteries technically. One is the main unit that manages everything, and the other one is an additional battery. But we are not charging. In fact, we're losing a little bit each day just because of the nightlight. I don't think so. But when you have Pennsylvania weather, not much the best unit in town can offer, and that's where we go. It's just be aware of that you need them fully charged, and I have yet to, by the way, use house electricity to charge them up, though the units do allow that capability. But I want to be totally saving energy. I don't want to be stealing from the electric company to charge the units, because what saving is in that? There's zero. And so this is pure, from the day one, pure relying on the Jackery units for supplemental electricity, and I explaining to you that unless you live in Texas and Arizona and California, the Florida, the really sunny states that, you know, it could rain overnight and then they get so much sun basically. That's where it's made for. For state of Pennsylvania, and I know some guy in Ohio, similar experience. I don't know what to actually suggest. All I know is that, again, a gas-powered generator, one that, you know, you pull out, you plug everything in, and you have to depend on gasoline, and that only runs for about 18 hours before it has to be refilled, and typically you only have so many gallons on your premise anyways, and you're out within 3 to 5 days, so that's not an option if you can't get out. And what happens if the grid does go down? You know, we're at war. Anything can happen. Sabotage, through the internet to hack these units. And they're not very well protected, by the way. Our grid, anyways. So that's where we're at. Can't wait to get these things up, and I have to get 4 of them up before I can actually test if how we're doing. There's not enough wattage or voltage, I should say. I have to trip 135 volts before the Jackery unit says, oh, you have these external solar panels? So that's what the rush is for. And that's where we're at. That's the update for now. I'll give you more detail on that tax information, because I kind of dropped that in one of the previous videos, and I don't want you excited again. Unless you make a lot of money, you don't get much of a write-off, just to let you know. So if any solar company tries to sell you on that, it's a joke. All right? Sorry to drop it again, but more details at another time. Over and out.